Good morning, boys and girls. For today's ELA lesson, I will be doing a reader's workshop lesson. Our objective is students will discuss how a character's feelings changed across an entire text and retell a story. Last week, we started reading Charlie and Mouse by Laurel Snyder. As we read, we charted all of Charlie's feelings. We said that he felt excited and he felt happy. And we found the supporting details to help support the emotion. Today, we're going to finish reading and writing down Charlie's feelings. As we read, I want you to notice how those feelings don't stay the same throughout the whole story. Just like real people, characters' emotions change over time. I'm going to share with you an example about something that happened to me and how I felt a lot of different emotions. I want to share with you about the first time I drove on the freeway. So I have been driving a few years, but I never drove on the freeway. I would always take the streets, and if I needed to get someplace where I had to be on the freeway, I would always have someone take me. Now, as you know, I would drive from my house to Moore, and then on Monday and Wednesdays, I would have class. So I would drive to my school, and then when class was over, I would drive home. So I was driving a lot. And because I was driving a lot, it took me a long time to get where I needed to be. So one day, I remember it was a Monday. I had been with you guys at Moore, and then I had to leave early for class. So I decided, you know what? It's like 10:30 in the morning. Traffic isn't going to be that bad. But I was so nervous. So I started out being really nervous. I got to my car and I gave myself a little bit of a pep talk. I turned up my music a little loud. As I was reaching the freeway, I got a little bit more scared. And then when I got on the freeway and I started driving, I actually felt relieved. I was no longer scared. I was no longer nervous. I felt fine. I drove and I got to my class and I was so proud of myself because I had tackled something that I was scared of. And as I shared my experience with my classmates, I felt so happy that I was able to do something that I had been previously nervous about. So, in my story of the first time I drove on the freeway, I started out as nervous and then I got pretty scared. But then as the car ride, it was easy to merge onto the freeway and to drive to my class. I felt relieved. And then when I finally got to my class, I felt so proud of what I had done. And as I shared my experience with my friends, I felt very happy. I was so excited with what I had done. So, in that span of like 30 minutes, I went through 5 different emotion changes. So, as we finish reading our read aloud, we're going to finish the story and then we're going to chart all the different emotions that Charlie goes throughout the rest of the story. I will play the story for us now.
Rocks. I wish I had some money, said Charlie. Yes, said Mouse. I wish I had some money too. How can we get some money? Asked Charlie. That is a good question, said Mouse. Let me think. Mouse thought. I know, said Mouse. We'll sell something. That is a good idea, said Charlie. But what will we sell? Let me think again, said Mouse. Mouse thought. I know, said Mouse. We have lots of rocks. We will sell rocks. That is a good idea, said Charlie. You are very smart, Mouse. Thank you, said Mouse.
So I'm going to stop our story right here because in these 2 pages, I notice that Charlie is feeling an emotion. Charlie and his brother Mouse want to earn money, and they're brainstorming all of these ideas. So I would say that Charlie is feeling curious, and he's feeling curious about the way that he, a little boy, can earn money. I will chart that on our feelings map.
Charlie and Mouse loaded the wagon with their very best rocks. They pulled the wagon down the street. They pulled it to Mr. Eric and Mr. Michael's house. They knocked on the door. Do you need any rocks today? Asked Mouse. No, said Mr. Eric. We have too many rocks already. But if you will take ours away, I will give you $1. Okay, said Charlie. Okay, said Mouse. Charlie and Mouse took away Mr. Eric's rocks. Charlie and Mouse pulled their wagon to Miss Margaret's house. They knocked on her door. Do you need any rocks today? Asked Charlie. Heavens no, said Miss Margaret. My garden is full of them. But if you will dig them up, I will pay you $1. Charlie and Mouse dug up Miss Margaret's rocks. They tried to pull the wagon home. It was very hard. Charlie and Mouse stopped to rest. They were very hot. They were very tired. Probably we need a snack, said Charlie, to sustain us. Good thinking, said Mouse.
I will stop our story to talking about an emotion that Charlie is feeling. After working and picking up rocks from their neighbors' houses, I would say that Charlie is feeling tired. He's feeling tired and hot because he did all of this work. I'm going to chart this feeling on our feelings map.
I wish I had some money, said Charlie. Bedtime banana. Charlie and Mouse were in their pajamas. They brushed their teeth. Now it is time for bed, said Mom. Not without a story, said Charlie. No, said Mom, of course not without a bedtime story. She read Charlie and Mouse a bedtime story. Now it is time for bed, said Mom. Not without a song, said Mouse. No, said Mom, of course not without a bedtime song. She sang Charlie and Mouse a bedtime song. Now it is time for bed, said Mom. Not without a banana, said Charlie. A banana, said Mom. We need a banana, said Charlie. You need a banana. Mouse nodded. Charlie is right, he said. We cannot go to sleep without a bedtime banana.
I'm going to stop here because I think Charlie is feeling another emotion. He is feeling determined. He's feeling determined not to go to bed at his bedtime. He came up with a way to stay up, and he asked his mom for a banana. Do people usually eat a banana before going to bed? No, I don't think so. I think he's being silly, and he's being determined not to go to sleep. I will chart that on our feelings map.
I have never heard of a bedtime banana, said Mom. Is that a thing? Charlie and Mouse nodded. It's a thing. Okay, said Mom. 2 bedtime bananas coming right up. Mom brought them each a banana. Charlie and Mouse ate their bananas. Now you will have to brush your teeth again, said Mom. Charlie brushed his teeth. Mouse brushed his teeth. They climbed back into bed. Mom turned off the light. Sweet dreams, little monkeys, she said. Good night, Mom, said Charlie. Good night, Mom, said Mouse. Mom left the room. Charlie poked Mouse. Hey, Mouse, he said. Are you still awake? No, said Mouse. I'm sleeping, but what is it? I was thinking, said Charlie. Tomorrow we should ask for a bedtime popsicle. Good idea, said Mouse. Yes, said Charlie, it is. Charlie thought about popsicles. He started to feel sleepy. He turned over. There was a lump beside him in the bed. It was really a very nice lump. Good night, Charlie said. He patted the lump. I'm sleeping, said the lump. I can't hear you. The end.
Now that we've finished the story, this is what our character feelings map looks like. Charlie had several different emotions throughout the story. Let's review. Charlie felt excited, happy, curious, tired, and determined. Now, let's use the feelings map to help us retell the story. When a character feels a strong emotion, that means that something important is happening. So, this is a good way for us to remember the important parts of our story. In the beginning, Charlie felt excited. He's waking up his brother, and they're talking about the neighborhood party. When they realize that the neighborhood party is that day, Charlie is shouting and he is dancing around. When they get to the park, Charlie is happy because no one is there and they have the best party ever. Then Charlie and Mouse are wondering about what they could sell to make money. This shows that Charlie's feeling very curious. After Charlie and Mouse spend the whole day picking up rocks for their neighbors, Charlie is tired and he's hungry and wants some ice cream. Finally, our story ends when Charlie and Mouse go to sleep. Charlie did not want to go to sleep and he was determined to stay up past his bedtime. So he came up with the idea of having a bedtime banana. And we finish the story where he has the idea of having a bedtime popsicle the next day. So, just to recap this lesson, our characters' feelings change as different things happen. Their feelings give us clues about what parts are the most important in a story. And you can keep track of how characters feel as you read, just like I did. You can write a map to track their emotions, or you can write it on post-it notes, draw faces of how the characters are feeling. Then you can go back and retell the story. So that's what your activity is for today. I would like for you to read a fiction story. Take note of how your characters' feelings change over time. You can draw faces like on these post-it notes, or you can write them down. Use their emotions to help you retell the most important parts of the story. And a way to help you retell the most important parts of the story is by using transition words like first, next, then, and last. These transition words will help you keep track of your character's emotions throughout the story. I want to remind you guys that you should be reading every day in any way. And you can read a book that you have at home or that you brought home from school. You can read a book online from Raz Kids. Read a book online from Clever. Or there are fiction stories that are read alouds on YouTube. If you have any questions about today's lesson or the activity, please let me know. I hope you guys have a great day. Bye.